Hello, Timians. Greetings to all of you. I don't know how to start this video, but perhaps you already seen and heard the news about what happened to the cathedral in Paris. That it was really tragic and devastating to see it like that burning. It is. I couldn't help myself also, but in tears when I was watching it. I'm really sad about it, and also for the people, for the residents that that live in that area. It is another test again for the people, but I know that they are going to overcome it. I heard also the damage. Yeah, it is perhaps 20 years to reconstruct again what damage was made. It is really sad that the reason that they said is because of the negligence of a person working there for reconstruction. Yeah, I record the news while it was burning, and attach my video, and I hope you watch it.
The moment the spire of Notre-Dame Cathedral fell into the raging inferno. For hours, flames engulfed this iconic landmark, destroying an 800-year-old building that had survived 2 world wars. Thousands gathered to watch as a piece of French history crumbled before their eyes.
It's a monument above and beyond its religious meaning. It's something that represents the entire evolution of French civilization. So it's very dramatic to see something like this happening.
First, I felt really angry to learn that such a large, beautiful piece of art went up in smoke like that. I was really shocked, so when I heard the news, I ran straight here.
French President Emmanuel Macron was quickly at the scene.
We will rebuild this cathedral, all of us together. It's probably part of France's destiny, and it will be our project for years to come. I am committed to this.
While donations have already been pledged, the damage done is extensive. This is where this weekend's Easter services would have been held. Instead, firefighters have been trying to make the area safe as investigations start into what caused this devastating blaze. The fire may be out, but work on how to restore this historic building to all its former glory is only just beginning.
Let's get more now. We are joined by DW's very own Barbara Vazel, who is at the scene for us in Paris. And Barbara, you know, we're just beginning to get a sense now of the extent of the damage to the cathedral, both inside and out. What are you hearing?
The roof is completely gone. As we know, there is a huge hole gaping in the middle of the nave of the church, of the main big building, the belly of the church. That's where the spire fell in. And the outer walls have been largely saved. We have seen since the early morning experts sort of crawling around on the battlements and even on the bell towers, which seem to be safe enough to go up on, to find out what the structural damage might be, because that is much more complicated than just what we can see with our eyes now, which doesn't look too bad, but internally properly. There might be further problems that will probably need stabilization. What has been saved is the centuries-old organ, but what have also been miraculously preserved are some of the famous stained windows in the church. Some are gone, we could see this. Some you just look up and you see the sky through them, but some others didn't crack and they sort of stayed in. And many paintings, of course, have suffered to water damage. Some things could have been brought out during the night. Last night there were some really courageous firefighters dragging stuff out. So it is a very mixed picture, but it is going to be a huge reconstruction effort here. One expert already talked about 15 to 20 years.
And, you know, aside from containing, assessing the damage, figuring out how they're going to deal with it going forward, there's also the big looming question, how did this happen, Barbara?
How can this happen? It was an accident, and it was a terrible accident. That really is what the Parisian prosecutor now thinks. He is starting interrogating workmen. People have been working on the site here yesterday because we need to remind ourselves there was a renovation project going on the roof, and that was just around the spire. So something happened. Workmen stopped working yesterday around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Around 6:20, the first alarm went up. Around 7 o'clock, you could also already see the flames sort of shooting out through the roof. So, did somebody leave a tool there plugged in that was still hot? Did some sort of cinder was set alight by work, soldering or welding or something? We don't know. The prosecution services are not quite sure whether they're ever going to find out. But yes, it was negligence.